A naval ship constructed and primarily intended for naval warfare is known as a warship or combatant. Typically, they are a part of the nation's armed forces. The following is our type's most expensive warship ever. U.S. Gerald R. Ford. U.S. Gerald R. is the lead ship of her class of United States Navy aircraft carriers. Gerald Ford served in the military during World War II, performing combat duty on the small aircraft carrier Monterey in the Pacific Theater. The aircraft carrier U.S. Gerald R. Ford, the most expensive warship ever built, is finally ready for combat duty. A ship development process that witnessed more than a half-worth decades of awful press came to an unusual finish when the U.S. Navy quietly certified the ship for initial operating capability by the end of 2021 with little to no fanfare. 4 years later than anticipated, Ford will deploy for the first time later this year. Since U.S. Nimitz, which was created in the 1960s, the Ford class is the first brand-new design for an aircraft carrier. Shipbuilders made cautious to account for every square inch of the vessel during its design and development, which ended up saving the Navy an estimated $4 billion in ownership costs during the carrier's anticipated 50-year lifespan. Additionally, the Ford class was intended to be fitted with two newly developed reactors that offer a 250% increase in electrical capacity over earlier carriers. This has made it possible for the ship to load armaments and launch planes more quickly than ever. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford CVN-78 of the U.S. Navy is the most costly warship ever built, costing a total of $12 billion, or $18.5 billion with the aircraft. The cost does not include the unit cost of Ford's 70-plus aircraft, which will include 40 to 50 F/A-18E/S Super Hornets and F-35 Joint Strike Fighters, 5 E-818G Growler electronic attack aircraft, 19 MH-60 Seahawk helicopters, 4 E-2D Hawkeye airborne early warning aircraft, and 2 MV-22B Osprey cargo transports. It also does not factor in the cost of protecting the ship, which falls to a mixture of guided missile cruisers, destroyers, and nuclear-powered attack submarines, and the logistics ships that keep Ford and her escorts supplied at sea. Unfortunately, much of the new equipment ran into serious technical problems. New electronic elevators were also specifically engineered and built for the Ford class, and these were intended to massively step up the pace and strength of the carrier air attack. However, the elevators hadn't performed as promised, and it could until late next year or even into 2022 before the elevators are finished. Super carriers for the U.S. Navy that weigh 100,000 tons and measure 1,092 feet long are normally constructed in 5 years. Ford's construction started in 2009, but due to production issues, she wasn't put into service until 7 years later, in 2017. But it wouldn't be until December 2021 that she could start acting as a fleet-ready. The Ford class of carriers have also been constructed with new quality-of-life features, such as improved berthing compartments, better and more well-equipped gyms and fitness centers, and more ergonomic workspaces. To ensure that it would be the most capable and effective carrier in service anywhere on the globe, the battleship was also constructed to incorporate various technical breakthroughs. This has included switching out the old steam-powered systems for electric drive ones, extending the time between maintenance checks, and improving survivability through stronger hull design, firefighting equipment, and armament storage.